welcome back to another episode of Mountain Road Ride for a gravel ride of the week. This time we are back at the Locust Hill Preserve here just outside of Culpeper for the Dirty Kitten Gravel Race. Now I've been here before. If you haven't seen it yet, go check out my other video from last year's race. I got very close to the top step of the podium in the 60-mile category last year, and I am back for some revenge this year. So today the mission is clear. We are gonna go full out to see if we can get a win today. Let's see what it takes to race around this course. 3 laps for me, 60 miles. If I can land a win today, that would be great. So it's all out racing today. Follow along, let's get out on the course and check out this Dirty Kitten Gravel Race 2022. While lining up at the start, I quickly became aware that this was not going to be an easy day of racing. Team after team rolled up, including the defending champ, along with the rest of his District Taco team. Aside from all the racing teams, another serious competitor was also out in full force on this day. More about that one a little later. For now, I was charged up and ready to race. Oh yeah, Dirty Kitten Gravel Racers, start your engines.
5, 4, 3, 2,
The pace at the start was no joke, and the loose gravel up and over the Cedar Mountain climb only made things more challenging. The teams weren't messing around and the tactical game was in full swing. I knew that I just needed to sit in the bunch and follow other riders' wheels. If you're this outnumbered, you let them do the work. The District Taco team clearly had plans to drive the pace hard during those first few miles of this race. Like an all-out road race, attack after attack went off the front, and I found myself scrambling to stay on their wheels. The tempo simply never eased up as the teams continued to push each other through the wooded and grassy sections along this course. We carried this speed all the way through to the biggest challenge on this course, the famous, the leg-sapping, super steep Kitten Crusher climb. From a distance it doesn't look like much, but trust me, this climb is a tough one. In total, I've been up this climb 7 times in previous events, but on this day things got a bit more challenging. As we caught up to the 80-mile races, it became a complete free-for-all as riders scrambled to get to the top of this climb, which pitches up to 25%. Up until this day, I've held the proud record of never walking up the Kitten Crusher. But unfortunately on this roundup, I had no choice but to get off and push while I watched as the lead racers disappeared over the hill. Wow, what an intense start to this race. That climb took it out of me, and my expectation to race for a win definitely had to be reassessed. Nope, today is not my day. Sometimes you just don't have the legs. That's okay. 2 laps still to go. We're gonna enjoy this course today. Normally I'm racing flat out. Now we settle into enjoyment mode. Oh, how I wish that statement was true. Remember the serious competitor that I mentioned at the start? Well, that competitor was the temperature. As I ended off my first lap, the summer heat and humidity really began to settle in. You can clearly see from the expression on my face that this was far from enjoyment mode. A small mental victory did however come a few miles down the road when I caught up to the previous year's winner. He was having some tire issues, putting him out of the running for a podium place. Catching up to him served as a good reminder that anyone can have a bad day on the bike, for whatever reason. The biggest thing was just to keep going. It's easy to say this in hindsight, because in the moment, I was struggling. I am not cut out for Virginia summer humidity. By now, the temperature had soared to around 97 Fahrenheit, 36 degrees Celsius, and I still had to go over the Kitten Crusher climb twice. But here's the thing, I don't quit. If there's one lesson to be learned from this video, don't just give up. Whether in gravel racing or in life, you never know when the momentum might begin to shift. So much of what we do in endurance sports is a mental game. On the first lap up, I was forced to walk that Kitten Crusher climb. Maybe it's because of all the traffic in front of me, bad line, not feeling it today, whatever the reason, couldn't get up that climb without walking. Second time up, I got up there. So that is a bit of a mental boost for me for sure. Fell way off my game today, but getting up that thing this time round makes me want to finish this. Let's suck up this heat, get it done. One last time to the top of that climb. I am not done yet. Freaking tough day on the bike. Insanely hot out here. So I'm gonna ride that thing one more time. Personal victory for today. 2 out of 3. Get it done. Let the climbing begin. Even if my only accomplishment today is to make it up this thing again, then that's good.
Okay. Oh man.
Oh, it's tough. Wow. That was just a survival ride. Never mind a race. Oh, got it done. Okay. Normally I stick around after a race to record an outro and enjoy the post-race festivities. But on this day, all I could do was to get in the car as soon as possible to blast the AC to cool down. The conditions were simply brutal, and a large portion of the field did not complete their respective races on the day, opting instead to play it safe in the extreme heat.
Where's my beer?
Even one lap around this course was a major accomplishment on the day. To everyone who stuck it out in this heat, especially the 80-mile races, well frickin' done. Putting on a gravel race is not an easy task, and a big well done goes out to Alex and Chris along with their superstar group of volunteers for making it happen on this day. That win that I was aiming for still escapes me. I guess I'll just have to come back to give it another go next year. Until then, enjoy your ride.